What's up with it, man?
What's cracking? What's cracking?
So the word on the curb is that Diddy took liberties with Bieber's private parts. I don't know, man, what's going on, man. It's crazy to even say that because word on the curb is also that Bieber was not of age of consent, man.
No.
I mean, we've heard all these stories, but shout out Jesse on Fire, Dubs. Let it be known, Jesse on Fire just put out a live or a video, man, with emerging details.
I think it was yesterday's video.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's been an A-lister. They haven't named. It's been an A-lister that was underage, and Jesse on Fire has been putting up stuff. Yeah, you said Jesse has been, he's on it. And so in his last video, he talked about it, and there have been pictures of Bieber lately looking real distraught. But the details that Jesse was reading yesterday was of someone that was hogtied and repeatedly assaulted, screaming, crying, vomiting. And it's according to what Jesse's saying, allegedly it's the Biebs.
Man, vomiting. That's a whole nother level, man, of taking liberties with someone's person. Wow. Hey, I'm not even surprised when I hear about all this Diddy stuff that's going on. Hey, you notice how once one thing gets brought out there and then the whole can of worms opens. It's kind of like with all these other things, man. Then one chick will start coming, then another one, and people are like, it's a setup. But no, really, it isn't. What it is they need one person to break the camel's back, so that and then they get brave. If they could do it, we could do it. That's how
what it is. Damn these damn dog hairs. What it is it's people whose livelihood they thought depended on Diddy, and then hold on. They thought, if they said something about him, their career was over. But really, their what had been done to them was like look with Bieber. If this is true and it was Bieber and he was a child, the fact that he was able to, somehow move on and have a successful career is one thing, Holmes. But to have it all thrown out there and that it was him and this is what happened to him. It looks like his marriage is struggling right now, and I mean, who knows what this leads to when this stuff comes out, especially to a male.
Yeah, and the cool part about it is this, and people can try to justify it or say anything they want. The cool part about it is if you look at the whole Bieber thing from the gate, Usher found him on social media and groomed him and took him right to his fucking papi. To someone that did the same thing to him allegedly, it's and that's what it is. It's that cycle.
Yeah,
that cycle, it should happen to him. So he's like, whatever, let me pass it on.
Yeah. It's pretty disgusting, and it seems like a lot of these people that do these type of things, they had it done to them, and instead of being like, I don't ever want this to happen again, they like punish someone else with the same treatment. It's a trip.
And there are rumors that Bieber's wife, she's just tired of dealing with this, so she wants she might want a separation or a divorce. Man, imagine that all these things coming out, it probably takes its toll on the family life, on the home, especially when all these details are emerging about, man, this dude did some foul shit to you. And I don't think that she's probably upset about that, more so that he didn't tell her the truth or what happened.
He didn't owe her that. But he didn't owe her that.
No, he did. He didn't. You don't owe anyone.
Anybody that.
Yeah,
the fact that he had to live through that, he survived that, and was able to be. That's what I was just saying, and then be able to be successful. I mean, man, Holmes, imagine what the fuck kind of like it's like ripping that wound back open again, but for millions and millions of people to see. How's he gonna cope with that? And I mean,
Not only that, what happens? What happens when it comes time to go to a trial or something, you know, and he gets put on that list to say something, you know, that right there, reliving, like just like you said, reliving that whole situation. And this wasn't, I don't believe, a one-time deal. This was ongoing. I think this was ongoing. Like he just locked him in, and that's it. Because Bieber, he's very questionable in some of his relationships. I know he's married and all that, man, but I've seen pictures of him with, I'm not even going to say people's names because I know their family, but I've seen pictures of him with other guys, and it was highly questionable.
Well, he was a child, so I'm sure,
yeah.
I'm sure he may have gotten confused for a minute, because they probably said this is how you become successful in the industry. You know, there's a lot of stuff coming out right now, man, and there's a lot of focus on I've been, you know, I don't want to get into any of the other side stuff, but supposedly there's a focus right now on exposing the elites and their connection to Hollywood and Hollywood rituals with the elites. And if that happens, man, and if this stuff is true, it's gonna turn a lot of shit upside down. A lot of people's favorite actors and performers may be involved in some weird shit.
We're gonna find out that your favorite actor was getting turned inside out or outside in. I don't know, but I've heard some stories. Here's my thing when it comes to Bieber. He was a kid. You can't blame him, man. He was impressionable. He didn't know better. Maybe he did, but man, imagine you know, you're around these type of people, and there's some crazy stories out there. I blame his parents, and I'm gonna tell you why. They served him up on a platter. They allowed him to live for over a year, or close to a year, with Diddy, be around him, even when, and I'm sure in the Hollywood circles, man, there's always been questions about Diddy. There's always been little stories and whispers. Why would you allow that? Was it for money? Was it for fame? Or was
I don't
it just,
know. I don't know if I'm gonna say I blame the parents, because it's one thing to send your kid, right? But if your kid, you call your kid every day to check up on him, hey, how is everything? Are you good? I'm good. Yeah. If Bieber never told his mom, I don't know where his dad was. I thought he was raised by his mom, single mother or some shit. If he's not telling his mom, listen, some crazy shit is happening, then there's nothing she could do. If he did say that, which I don't think, and if he did say that and she said, well, you know, you'll be all right, it'll get better, then it's like, okay, hold on, you know. But I'm sure that, and you know, and a part of me, the reason why I don't want to say, you know, I don't want to say I blame the parents is because that's probably what people are whispering in his ear, and it's making a bad situation worse in his heart and mind.
They could have had the wool pulled over their eyes. They're thinking that, hey, everything's on the up and up, but really, in the meantime, in between time, I'm just saying, you know, once, because Bieber blew up. Let's keep it real. He became one of the most recognizable, most popular people on the planet. Period. Everyone knows who Bieber is, right? And so, within the Hollywood circle and within the industry, man, there's always been whispers about Diddy, even when it comes to cases on criminal cases, on other things I don't want to speak on, but so I would, as a parent, I would kind of be questioning, like, man, do I want my child around this dude? I don't give a fuck what if he's a mogul with all this money. And maybe he isn't doing anything bad. I don't even want to get my kid up out of there.
Let me ask you a question. When Bieber hooked up with Usher and Diddy, I don't think any of us knew.
We didn't. I didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm wondering, and this is something that popped into my head when I heard the Jesse on Fire thing. I'm wondering how much this Diddy's weird ass fucking activities, I'm wondering how much of that is a result of feeling punked by Suge Knight. That he escalated. I mean, look, something had to happen in that weirdo's life where he felt like he wasn't a man, and so now he's turning people out to feel powerful. Like, that's some sick ass shit right there.
I think that's part of it. I think that's part of it. And I think the other part of it is money and success sometimes gets people drunk with power, because along with money and success comes a little bit of power. And because he had his own record label, he was the boss, he was the mogul, he was always the boss everywhere he went, right? He some of these rich people, man, these people that, you know, imagine you waking up, just imagine this, Dubs. You wake up in the morning, you're a billionaire or damn near. You wake up in the morning, how many cars can you buy? You can buy whatever you want. You can have any of the women you want. You can go anywhere you want. Eventually, that becomes boring, and these people want to do things, and the things that they turn to are taboo. You see it happen a lot. They start turning towards things that you can't have, but they think they can because they're fucking rich and powerful. Things like murder, like red rooms, things like that. People start doing that because they have the means to do it, and it's something intriguing and different from what they can have, which is everything. I don't know. Maybe he liked the power. He liked to punk people.
Well, that chick, Jaguar Wright, I think it was her. She said that he had said that he was so powerful that he could make a straight man do what a woman does. And that was for him. That was for him. Like, look at me.
That was his high. Yeah, that was his fetish. That was his high. And in a society, that's weird. I mean, it's a period. Human being, that's weird shit because, first of all, man, that's, you know, and the thing is, he's not any man in any sense of the word, because he did do this to grown men like Meek Mill and all these people. They're saying he did it to allegedly, right? But to do it to children is even worse, because these are people that can't defend themselves, people that rely upon adults to look out for them. Like, he's taking full advantage. Now, if a man wants to bend over and get fucked, that's on him, Wes Watson. No one can stop him, right? That's on them. If they want to let Diddy do it, let them. That's their business. But when it comes to children, yeah, that's a no-no. This guy right here, I think he started maybe with these men, like you said, and then he gravitated towards, I'm going to, you know, because Diddy, to me, seems like a punk.
Real. Yeah, obviously he is.
The way he was treated with Death Row, he got treated bad. They punked the shit out of him.
Yeah, I mean, his old bodyguard, Gene Deal, has done a lot of videos saying, like, when the shit went down with Death Row, he ran. You know, when he was at that show in LA, he took off running. Yeah. He left the artists, he left everything. He was out of Dodge, right? I don't know, man. And then we, you know, when we think about this case, man, I don't know, Holmes. I don't know anything about the feds, but I just don't believe that he can be safe anywhere. Yeah. I don't believe. I mean, I would think his food is getting fucked with at this point. He's getting disrespected. I would think every time he leaves his cell, he's being treated the way he needs to be treated. Well, the way at this point he needs to be treated.
Well, there's already a whole bunch of people that put out content. I know JD Delay put some out there, and Jesse on Fire. A lot of different people put content that says that he wasn't eating, or he's not eating state food, man, that he's relying upon commissary, because maybe that's the reason. Maybe shit's dicked up. Someone shit in his food. I don't know, man. I've been through that situation in my life, man. Gang-related situations, but you know, you've been through that when you were in Boston. People will mess with your food and shit. You know, it just happens. But yeah, he's probably being treated exactly how he needs to be treated. And people are saying, will he go to general population? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's still, if he's convicted, gonna be considered a pedophile, man. If them things come out, and I don't care about skin color, money, none of that saved you.
But here's the thing. Doesn't he? Is this a federal case?
It's a federal case, and they don't have protective custody.
They don't. They only have one place. I think maybe two places in their entire system, and that's for people that are testifying and cooperating. He's not cooperating. He's fighting these cases. I think he has an opportunity. I think he knows other people in more powerful positions than himself that took part in activities with him. And I think that's the only way he could try to work a deal where he's safe in prison. I hope he's not smart enough to figure that out, because he needs to go to whatever facility and accept the fate that's coming his way, you know?
And I'll say this, man. I see some people in the chat are saying they could extort him, they could do this, I'll tell you guys right now. Okay, he's a black man. That means the blacks first and foremost have first opportunity at any of that. Here it goes right here. On a yard in prison, there's other races, ethnicities, gangs, and people. That man, I don't care what he is, he would not be allowed to walk that yard, because that is a shared yard with all these other different groups and gangs, and they're not going to want to have that piece of shit on the yard with them. So that could cause conflict and chaos. So rather than his people going to war and losing manpower and possibly dying over Diddy, it ain't going to happen. That money ain't, they got their own soups. They don't need his.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of people that don't know prison, they're like, well, he has enough money where he could pay everyone off. He cannot pay every single convict off, and there's still going to be people that are going to say, I'll be damned if I'm going to say, hey, I was on the same yard with Diddy.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen.
There's going to be someone that's going to be like, fuck him and his money and everybody else.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you see what happened to Jeffrey Dahmer, right? He got to a prison, and one guy took a dislike to what he did, you know, and killed him. You know, that's it. Only takes one man to do it, man. And once they're stuck, you know, stuck in their head, these guys are, a lot of them guys in the feds are doing Buck Rogers. They have Buck Rogers dates. They're doing all day. They don't give a fuck. They're only live. The only thing that they have is that yard and walking that yard, and that's their home. And they're not going to allow that type of person to be on their home.
Well, and then thank you, Daniel. You gotta also remember, I've said this a bunch of times in other videos. There are guys that are doing all day that are never getting out of prison. They may not have family looking out for them. The only time they get something is when they hustle, whatever way they hustle in there, right?
Yeah.
And somebody like Diddy comes along. Imagine the notoriety that person would get if he took Diddy's win. If he goes down in history as he's the one that whacked him and took him off the earth, you know, forever, that dude would have women writing him, men thanking him, people sending him money, packages, and that's a fact in there. A lot of people don't know that. There are certain people, rare cases where it's like, hey, that's a trophy right there. You hit that person, you're set for life, especially if you're doing life already. You're never getting out. You're set for life.
My thing is with Diddy's mentality, and we could just be straight up, man. Having been in prison, you know, and knowing with Diddy's mentality, he's definitely looking for ways to scrape together some type of defense, and that's going to mean throwing other people under the bus. I believe so. I don't think he's just going to take this one and sitting down. You know, I think he's going to definitely, if he could mention other people and get a better deal or less time, he's going to do that. That's the truth. That's how I feel. Maybe not.
No, but here's the thing. I think the situation is so bad for him that how much time is he going to get off? He's done. He's never going to get out, whether he cooperates or not. You know, and those people that are in positions higher than him that he could drag down, I don't know. I think he would think if he just keeps his mouth shut, maybe they'll look out for him down the line. I don't know. I mean, I think he's going to wind up broke. You know, there's over 100 civil lawsuits against him right now. I think something like that.
Yeah, he's definitely losing. He lost all endorsements. He lost all. He's going to get sued civilly. I'm sure. Like said, there's going to be a lot of civil lawsuits from all these different victims. Maybe even Bieber might jump on that, you know, not that he needs the money, but why not? You know, maybe that might be what he needs to help him get over, you know, what's going on. But for those that are just tapping in, man, we got 450 in the building. I wanted to say that this whole Bieber situation and Diddy situation is taking a different turn, man. It's getting a little bit more messy as far as on Bieber's side. You know, more details are emerging, pictures, things of that nature, and it's looking like Diddy's just getting in more and more and more trouble. The longer he stays in there fighting his case, the more it seems like the more cases he's accumulating. Crazy.
Well, there's also the fact that he recorded everything, either audio or video, and so there is some kind of evidence, and this is why they're not saying it yet, but they're saying it was an underage A-lister, and they're. Like I said, you guys, you know, after this live, go on over to Jesse on Fire. Check out the video that he put out is as usual with Jesse. It's a great video. He's actually reading transcripts. I think they're transcripts, but he's reading off reports that go into detail about this underage A-lister who was hogtied and viciously, repeatedly assaulted to the point where the victim was vomiting, screaming, crying, and it just kept going. It was continuing. And that's a hell of a thing, man, for somebody to fucking do that. Like whether it's to a male, female, adult, minor, to do something like that, you definitely have to have a lot wrong with your main or your brain, your mind, your mindset.
He's a sick individual. Well, here's the thing too, Dubs, and those type of people we know don't change. They don't change. It's something in their brain. They were born that way. They're not made that way. You know, a lot of people say, well, something happened to them when they were younger, and that's why they. No, maybe some people do act out because certain things did change them along the way. But a lot of those weird pedophile type activities, them guys are born like that, man. They're born different, and that's just the fucking truth. You know, I see. I've heard that. I've had the argument with a lot of people. No, it's because when he was young, he was getting touched. Nah, not that. There's a lot of people that were young and got touched and don't do that to other people. You know what I mean? So I don't believe that shit. I believe real talk that he was just born that way, man. And putting money and power in his hand gave him the perfect opportunity to act out on what he's always been, and that's a sick motherfucker, straight up. Everyone around him that knew about him, his wife, his best friends, his I want to say his associates in business, a lot of them died in unusual circumstances.
Yeah, they did, so, including his wife.
Yeah. So here's a question I wanted to ask Dubs. And this question right here is real. Do you think, with everyone talking, that he would be maybe implicated with the Tupac and Biggie stuff? Because, man, you know, me and you know, we've talked behind the scenes on some things and had the privilege to talk to people about the whole Biggie thing and everything. Do you think that he was involved in that, or could quite possibly be charged? I don't want to ask you about being involved. We don't want to say that. But do you think that they could charge
him with Biggie?
The Biggie and the Tupac murders. Do you think that he was fucking
one? Yes. Biggie, no. I don't think he was involved in the big one. There are people that say that he knew. Okay, look, Gene Deal. We can just talk about Gene Deal. Gene Deal was his bodyguard. Gene Deal, I think he said he got a phone call. Do not go to this award show. They're coming. At the award show, they're going to hit you guys at the award show. Do not go. Mm-hmm. And he went to Big, and Big was like, come on, you're on that cop bullshit, right? And then he went to Diddy, and that Diddy was like, man, I don't want to hear that shit. So I believe he probably got the same call. Was it arrogance? I don't think so. Would somebody like Diddy know that Biggie's gonna make him more money dead than alive? I'm sure he understood that.
Yeah. Well, according to Gene Deal also and a lot of other people, they've said that when they came out of that party, that club or whatever, and they jumped in the vehicles, Diddy was in a different vehicle and they ran a red light. So he was like, keep it pushing. Let's hurry up and get, because if something's going to go down, it's going to go down now. You know what I mean? He got the fuck out of. That's why I think a lot of people are implicating him, saying that maybe he knew, but maybe he did know something could quite possibly go down. Let's just get the fuck up out of here. Because, you know, when the Tupac thing happened, Suge was riding with them. Mm-hmm. He was in the car with them, right? Why wasn't Diddy in the car with Biggie? Your number one artist, your best friend, your homie. You would think he'd be right there with them. Why was he in a whole different vehicle? It's man, there's something right there just doesn't.
Well, I don't even understand why. I don't even understand why Big was sitting on a passenger door. Anyways,
yeah, you know, should have been in the back seat.
He should have been. Well, he was in the back seat, back passenger, I believe. I don't remember.
Had two fucking goons on the side of him. You know what
exactly. I mean, people could say, "Well, he's so big." Well, you get a car big enough, you know, but you don't have his face in the window. You don't have it to where the bullets that go through that door are going to hit him first. You know, at least have to break it up.
Tupac had just been killed just a while before. So you should already fucking tell your security, okay, I can't ride like that. That's just dangerous. I need people around me.
And again, their head of security told them it's going down tonight. Like, we got to get the fuck out of here. It's going down tonight.
Get a bulletproof car, man. Do something. You know, there was just a lot of it's a tragic situation, and I don't know if we're ever going to figure out who exactly was involved. I mean, we lightweight know, you know, they've thrown names around, but Diddy could quite possibly be looked into that. There's a lot of other different, you know, his wife's death. There's a lot of different deaths, man. Death was around him a lot. It was unusual.
Yeah, but I think just these assault and this trafficking, human trafficking, that's enough to string them up. They don't even need the other cases. The other cases, I mean, yeah, for peace of mind for the families involved, yes. Yeah. But as far as this weirdo never touching the streets again, I think it's it's over for him. You know, like I
Yeah.
said, he can try to negotiate to go from fucking 1,000,000 years to 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
he's already.
exaggerating.
I don't think we're going to be seeing him on the Calles anytime soon. I believe the things that we know of, we've seen, and like we said, the feds got videotapes. He videoed everything, so there's a lot that's going to be put out on trial. That trial is probably going to be the hottest trial since O.J. Simpson's.
It's going to be expensive.
It's going to be very expensive. Very. Oh, and he's going to
for him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and he doesn't he have a lawyer? He has the same lawyer as who's his lawyer? The lawyer Michael Jackson had, wasn't it?
No. Oh wait, does he? No, Michael Jackson had Garagos.
It's not
this guy has no. He has this dude. The wife is somebody else's attorney right now. Another weirdo, I think. Right.
So they're sticking to he's sticking to that pattern.
Who was the other? The husband. It's a husband and wife. One is representing one, and the other one is who is the other one? Somebody in here. I know they know.
All right, so trip out on this. Here's another thing, Dubs. So, and I was just discussing this earlier. So, have you ever seen that video, Big Papa, with Biggie?
I may have a long time
ago. Okay, in that video, and I had to go back and watch it. And man, in that video, there's what they call a transformer, a trans person, right? Mm-hmm. And that is the video vixen of the video. Mm-hmm. And it's not like they didn't know, because there's a scene in that video where the trans is actually standing up at a stall pissing. And Adam's apples, all them types of things, right? And you see Biggie, let me ask you what your interests are, who you be with. So do you think that whole little circle was into some wild shit? Yeah, in the video, 100%.
I have no idea. I wouldn't even want to answer that.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, man, Diddy, man, maybe he was grooming everyone around him, man. Maybe he was pushing that. But that's a fact too. That's a fact. I'm not just conspiracy theory. This is the truth. It's in that video.
I hope so, because you just said it's a fact. So somebody's gonna want to fact check that.
Right here, J Ram says yes, guns. That's a fact. I seen it too.
Hey, check this out though. I wanted to point out real quick, when I said it's gonna be very expensive, this trial for him, because it's like, look, so you and I, any of us watching this, right? If we catch a case and we'll just say a hot one, right? We catch a body. If the DA is able to put on their prosecution is able to put up a case that's so expensive that we can't compete, we're allowed to petition the state to put us on the equal playing field with the state, right? Mm-hmm. But Diddy, being that he has hundreds and hundreds of millions, he's got to use every penny of his own money.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He also has to. I don't know how it is in the state of New York, but man, when you
that is what it is
in the state of California, you have to pay for your housing. There's some states in prison where if you're rich, you have to pay to be in prison.
Really?
Yes. There are some. Yes, you have to pay to. Maybe not in California, because a lot of people are what you call indigent. They don't have money, but rich people do. Yes, they have to pay. They have to pay because they got more money than the taxpayers that are paying for them. I've seen it. I've seen
that's a trip, because I know that when the state pursues a case, it becomes their responsibility to house you, to feed you, to give you medical attention, dental, all that. That's the job of the state when they pursue you, even though you're guilty. That's why and all that other shit. Like they have to provide certain things. But I don't want
you become
for this guy,
because you become basically, what they used to call us when we were in the youth authority was wards of the state.
Yeah, so you become underage.
Yeah, because we were wards, we were underage, but it's the same thing in prison. You become state owned, basically. The state, you are now and the state's in possession of you. So they have to, look out for you. But yeah, I've seen situations where money, but I agree what you're saying about even playing field. He's going to waste a lot of his money on this trial. This trial is it's going to be a very long trial, because there's so much evidence for them to go through. And then they're going to have witnesses like Cassie, people that are close to him. So we're going to see, and then all these other victims that are coming out, we're going to see, we're going to hear Meek Mill's cheeks clapping before he even gets on stand. It's going to be a movie. Like Wes Watson said when he was with Diddy, my life's a movie.
Yeah, I just don't see why. I mean, Go to trial, Diddy. Go to trial, dummy. I just don't see him going to trial, Holmes. Everything's gonna come out. Audio is gonna come out. I mean, it's gonna come out later. There's gonna be civil trials, but he's gonna spend so much money fighting the case, and then whatever he has left is gonna go in civil cases.
So do you think his best option would be to take a deal
Absolutely.
and just keep it pushing and try to save his money?
Well, I mean, maybe he's trying to stay in the detention center wherever he's at, for personal safety, because once he leaves there, he's in trouble. But the time he's looking at going to trial is, come on, it's the feds. The feds.
So here's a list that someone put out of people that passed away under suspicious circumstances or even different circumstances around Diddy. And there's other ones too. Pac, Aaliyah, Craig Mack, DMX, Kim Porter, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, an attempted on Al B. Sure, Jamie Foxx. Those are well-known ones. There's a lot more. Andre Harrell, Biggie, what's the other one, man? There's a couple other ones, right? It's just unusual for Heavy D. And you got to understand the Heavy D tie, the Andre Harrell tie, they were actually the owners of Uptown Records, the original record label before Bad Boy, that Diddy was basically Andre Harrell's gopher. He was his right-hand man. And them guys both passed, and Diddy basically took over Uptown Records and then started Bad Boy. It's crazy. I mean, there's a lot of people that he was around. Mace don't fuck with him no more. Shine don't fuck with him no more. Biggie's gone. Craig Max. I mean, there's a lot of people. Black Rob. None of them. They're either dead or they don't fuck with him no more. So he's not a great guy. All these people that he did business with, a lot of them are not around to tell the tale. It's a trip.
Well, I mean, and then if you look at the Drink Champs, the one where Fabulous was on there with Diddy and he flirting away with them. He
wanted to take 50 Cent shopping.
He just the weirdo came right out of him, right on camera.
Yeah. No, that guy's a couple shots away from a fucking closet with Meek Mill. He was, and you can see the look on Fabulous's face. Well, he was like, whoa. And
he knows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not a well-kept secret. I think, anyone that's in the industry, they're around them. They how it is, just like in prison, Dubs. If there's a homie that's a J-Cat, or say, people are like, this was it. You know what I mean? Look at him. Like, people know everybody's business. Look at that one. There's a Chibuhu. They know. So with Diddy, everyone, that's why 50 Cent was putting it out there for years already. Like, man, this dude's, you'll see. And boom, there it is.
50's been putting stuff out on him for a while, and now he's just sitting back laughing.
Yeah. And what about he offered to take 50 shopping, and 50 said, man, I can buy my own clothes. I don't you don't tell your homeboys that. Hey, come on, Dubs, let's go kick it. I'll take you shopping. It's on me. Fuck no. You got your own money.
He said he told him you take a bitch shopping.
Yeah, that's exactly. Just the way he does it. You ain't never partied with me, daddy. That mouth was crazy, huh? What kind of weird shit is that? Fabulous is like, hell no, for the record. My chip tooth didn't get chipped on P. Diddy. Straight up.
But anyway, to recap, after this live, go on over to Jesse on Fire. Check out the video he put out. Check out the what he's reading. He's reading some paperwork that has a lot of really messed up details about what happened to an underage A-lister at the hands of Diddy. And, Gunner and I were just, we're thinking about taking the day off because we are going to go live tonight. By the way, tonight we're going live. Raise money.
Fundraiser live.
We're going to raise money for a homie to buy him. He games with us. He's a aspiring gamer. And we want to raise money to get him a PS5. So that's what we had planned today. And then we were talking about this whole Diddy thing and the great job that Jesse on Fire did. And we said, let's just go live, more people are aware of just how sick this dude was and how questionable a lot of people are in the industry. Like, look, for Diddy to have been doing this for however many decades, right? And no one in the industry to say something means either they're partaking or they're okay with it. And either one of those scenarios is wrong. It's not right. It's sick.
Or and the other option was also that they were scared. You know, that like I said, this guy might not have been a gangster, but he kept people that were around him. You know, Gene Dillon, there was a lot of questionable characters around
people that had the same amount of money as him have no reason to fear him.
Yeah. Oh, people. Yeah, people because they got their own people.
I'm talking about established artists, established movie stars, directors, producers, politicians. That all of these motherfuckers that took part in it, they kept their mouth shut. You know what I mean? Or they were just guilty. They're just
to me. Guilty. If you know something's going on, something wild, something weird, and you don't say anything, you're complicit. Mm-hmm. You might as well be in that same fucking room doing it too, because you know, it doesn't mean you go snitch, but you need to, as a grown adult, and there's a you know, anything that has to do with anything like that, you need to go up in that motherfucker and be like, hey, bro, what are you doing? You know, and that's it. That's just real life, real talk, man. Mm-hmm. But you know, at the end of the day, more and more details are going to emerge, mm-hmm. and you have to think about this. That's real life people that were affected, and that have to live with the trauma of what happened. And all this coming out right now, man, I could see why Bieber is the way he is right now, and the way he's looking right now and feeling, because man, he's like you said, he's reliving all that. That's a horrific thing.
And look, just think that he had to suffer that thing, right? He went through it, and like I said, he was able to become successful in the industry. And he thought it was a horrible, dirty secret that he had to live with. Well, not no more. Now it's his secret is being thrown out for the world to analyze and dissect and place blame on him or his mom or his dad, instead of just saying fucking Diddy's a sick son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You know, and he's dealing with it, and I'm sure he's fucking like damn, you know, like.
So how about this? So okay, like I said, the feds or whoever's investigating, they're privy to a lot of those tapes, they're privy to a lot of the recordings, whatever. Do you think after, say, Diddy takes the case, takes a deal, whatever he gets, he's gone out the way, do you think they start focusing on some of those other people that were at those parties, some of those other people that might have been, people like Usher, I'll just be straight up, people that might have been involved? Maybe what's his name gets the courage to finally tell everyone what really happened. Bieber, you know?
Well, the reality is this. If he goes to trial, it gets played. The audio gets played. The video gets played. Period. So that's why I'm saying I think at some point people that are weirdos that are in politics in certain, you know, maybe not, and there's probably people from outside of this country that were involved. I think they're gonna lean on them like, hey man, you're gonna have to take a deal and shut up.
Yeah, you have to get the fuck out of the way, or really get out of the way.
I hope he doesn't. I hope every fucking thing comes out on every one of the individuals involved. And, you know, again, there's with these tapes, there are people saying there are certain satanic rituals that are on tape that involve the victims.
They were out there partying at the Bohemian Grove, huh? They were doing some wild shit. I'll say this, man. Diddy got what he has coming to him. Whether he did all that stuff or not, this is the reason why. That video of Cassie and what he did was enough to say, for me, the way he dog walked that woman, see you later. That's enough for me. I don't even need, I don't need to see the other shit. That was enough.
If the hundreds of people are lying, but the Bieber thing is true, that's enough. That's enough. But we know there's other people that have said they walked in on him boning different dudes. Famous people.
Damn, Carl Winslow. Family does matter.
Not just.
There was a lot of people. There's a lot of people. It's strange because a lot of these people that were mentioned, Dubs, are people that we watch their movies all the time, listen to their music. It's like you don't see them in that light, but man, what happens in the dark will come to the light. You know, and I'll tell you this, whether or not the shit is true and he really was involved in doing that with Diddy or with Bieber, there's no denying Bieber's a little odd and fucked up because of something.
No, I believe it. I believe Jesse on Fire is going to be putting out that video and reading that paperwork for just to read it. You know?
Oh no, of course not.
Yeah,
but the odd, that's the odd thing though. Is just that, you know, it's like all you have to do is look at him and realize, look at the way he acts, look at the way he reacts to things, how he's scared around people. How Diddy, when we've all seen that video when he approached him and was patting him down and whispering in his ear, like just that right there, that was weirdo activity right there. To me, you know, it's and you seen Bieber was like, he was scared, he was shaking, you know, and I'm not even gonna say what type of shenanigans he was involved in the club with Odell Beckham Jr. We'll go ahead and leave that where that's at.
Yeah, it didn't look right. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, whatever it was, it looked peculiar. That's the word I'll use, right? It looked odd to be in a, you know, you're Justin Bieber. What are you doing on your knees in a club? I don't know. But again, man, some of these people, maybe Bieber was just like, pass him around now. I'm done with him. You could have him. It's wild, man.
Bieber.
Justin Bieber. He was the one that was on his knees.
I know, but you were saying that Bieber said pass him around.
No, well, I mean, Diddy said pass Bieber around. Yeah. That's there you go. There's a lot of people in that whole little circle, Dubs, of Hollywood, and I won't even call it Hollywood. It is, they live in that area, but that circle, man, the Kims, the Kanyes, the Jay-Z's, man, there's something wild. There's something odd going on. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but I think they're all weird. That's just me, my personal opinion.
Well, hopefully this case exposes everything, you know. And I think it's if it goes where I think it's capable of going, it's going to go into some high up politicians. You know, it's going to involve police. It's going to involve people that work for the government and law enforcement. It's going to involve a lot of fucking people. And Diddy is just another Epstein. I mean, I think we all realize that. And look at what happened to Epstein, you know? So
here's something that's kind of related, something that's been going on, man. We haven't touched on it yet. I know we were talking behind the scenes about maybe making a video. We don't know. The academics thing. I know you've seen it. Have you listened to the audio yet?
Well, that's what it is audio. They have a kid on the phone.
That's what I'm saying. Have you listened to it yet? The full audio?
No, not the full thing. I listened to a few minutes and I turned it off. I'm not into that shit, you know. But
that right there, that was 101 right there.
The kid that they're talking to went on someone else's show and was saying, I can't believe they were fucking doing that. Like,
I could not believe it.
The kid himself was saying the shit they were asking me, this and this and that. And it's crazy because academics has some allegations on him already, and I don't see how it's playing when you're having those type of conversations, especially with an underage kid.
Yeah, who plays with kids like that? You don't, you know.
Yeah,
you don't play with nobody like that. I just think, and I know a lot of people are talking about it. Here's my thing, man. I don't really know who academics is like that. I don't really care for what I've seen of him. Yeah, I don't watch his shit. So I guess he's in the industry and he's well known, but you know, he's gonna reap what he sows, man. This one right here, I mean, it's on tape. There's no way around it. Even if that's not true, they were just playing, you made someone feel that way though. That's how he felt. So thank you, Petro. We appreciate that. I don't know. Like I said, man, it's crazy how what did Cat Williams say? Everyone's gonna come out. Everyone's gonna be it's just gonna hit the.
He said 2024 was the year it was shit was gonna hit the fan.
Caca's gonna hit the fan, and it definitely has, especially for Diddy, now academics, several others, man. And the cool part of it is there's even content creators that you sit here and watch every day that have them same type of allegations. and are involved in the same type of willings and dealings, man, and still people overlook it because there's no paperwork or there's no none of this. Hey, man, that's why we keep our head away from the mud. You understand where I'm coming from?
I'm one of these people that I understand, Holmes. When people get a certain to a certain level of fame, there may be accusations that are going to be unfounded by unstable people, male or female. I get that. But when it's one person that keeps getting these over and over and over, it's like, hold on, Holmes, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
You would think a normal person would be like, if they go out somewhere and they're partying and somebody makes an accusation, like, okay, I unfortunately cannot go out in public to places like this and allow this to happen. People that keep going out and then they got like, I don't know, like I said, where there's smoke, there's fire. This Diddy thing, it's decades. The trail is decades long.
Decades.
This academics thing, I don't see the joke in it. If he's gonna try to say he was joking, I don't see the joke in it. The chick that made the allegations, the sexual allegations against him, that's a grown ass woman. So I don't know. I will never understand people that engage in that type of shit. But again, go and check out Jesse on Fire's video after this live. Yeah, and you guys are gonna be disgusted, man. Diddy was a like the epitome of a weirdo. That's like the best way I can put it.
He is he transcends generations of being a weirdo too. It's not like this just happened. This is something that's been happening. Someone asked a question earlier that asked, did I think Biggie was involved in this type of shenanigans? I don't know, man. Go watch the Big Papa video, man. And you come back and ask me that question again. I don't know what he was doing or the type of people that Diddy had around him. But if I see a man with a fucking Adam's apple bigger than my kneecap sticking out through his throat, I'm not going to be kissing on him, asking what his interests are and who he be with. I don't give a fuck who he be with. You be away from me. That's just me. I'm not saying it's wrong, but it ain't right for me.
Now let's do this on Devil's Advocate. This Devil's Advocate. Obviously, the song was written way before the video was ever even thought of.
Yeah.
I think Diddy's in charge of who's in the video.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I don't think Biggie was thinking of a dude, a tranny when he wrote that song.
And I know he didn't write that song, but in the video, he's all up in his earlobe. The dude is pissing in a urinal and then comes back to the table and Biggie's all, let me ask you what your interests are. I would have said, hey, Diddy, look, check out, bro. I know this is your thing, but this is not my thing.
What is the name of that song? What is the name of that song?
It's called Big Papa.
Okay, I'm gonna look at it right now while we're
watch it. True story. And even Busta Rhymes is in the video, and we already know about allegations about Busta Rhymes. And even Busta looks at the guy like, ugh. Watch the guys in there taking a castle. True stories, man. It's the main video vixen in it. I don't even want to call him a video vixen. I don't know. Video Dixon? I don't know.
Yeah, what do you call it? Yeah, I don't want to get.
We're gonna call him a video Dixon.
I don't want to get. I don't want to get red flagged for.
No, and we won't, man. We won't, because people have watched this. My thing is, I don't know. I mean, the scene before he was in there. I don't know. It's a little wild. I'll say that. I'll say that without saying too much. I've already said enough, but that's true stories, man.
Damn, somebody Buzz said Video Dixon.
Yeah, as I say, he's a Video Dixon.
It's a serious subject, so I'm not trying to really like clown on this one.
It is a serious subject, but I'm just saying at that point, man, Biggie should have not been trying to get him a sour apple crown. He should have been he should have been at the other end of the bar taking shots of tequila and wondering why he was ever affiliating with P. Diddy.
I just saw it right now.
Am I? Yeah. I mean, I'm not, I told you, Adam's apple bigger than the wrinkle in the middle of your forehead. It's a big Adam's apple. And
met him, I was like, what? because he was in the bathroom.
Triple OG White says, "Hey, Guns, that wasn't a man. I've never seen a woman piss in a urinal, but standing up, shaking her thing. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, bro."
I mean, I think it may have been a joke. I don't know. It's not. I don't know. Why would they put that?
Hey, what does that type of joke have anything to do with that song, though?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if we're joking, I don't want a man to be.
I don't see that person anywhere else in the video.
Oh, you got to keep watching the video where Biggie starts talking to him at the end. Let me ask you what your interests are. Who you be with? You'll see it. You'll even see Buster turn like, yeah.
That's the same one?
That's the same one.
Let me go back and look. Let me make sure, big dog, because people are gonna fact check us, Holmes.
They can fact check all they want. This shit's been out there for a long time. That is look at fucking the warlord, the Adam apple, the warlord apple, the active Adam apple. Yeah.
Active.
Hey, whether or not Triple OG Whitelo, hey man, Diddy was clapping something.
Nah, it's not the same one that Biggie's talking to. The hair's different, way different.
The hair's curly.
And the one on the pisser has straight hair.
Okay, well look at the Adam's apple. You can't tell that's a man. That Vato looks like fucking LeBron James. Straight up.
I mean,
that Vato looks like Sam Cassell that he's talking in his ear.
I don't see the Adam's apple.
I would say Big Van Exel, but I'm a Lakers fan, so I can't go there.
Some fucking big ass fucking, what are they called? Clavicles, or what's this shit called? Clavicles, the back on. What the fuck is this?
That motherfucker, it looks like he has fucking two big old fit. That Vato got more traps than I do, and that's crazy.
Oh, wait a minute. There is a kind of a bump there. Yeah, you're right. There's the yeah.
Look at what Chris Waterman says. Guns is correct. That Transformer is famous.
Yeah, I am done with that.
After you, Triple OG White Low, it's all good, bro. Did Adam really eat the apple? One never knows, does one. I know Adam, Active Adam, said on a rooftop one time he wanted to see what all that hype was about. Well, you know, we found out what the hype was about in Canada, didn't we? No, I'm just saying, you know, at the end of the day, man, it's not a laughing situation. I'm trying to make it light and keep it a little. But what we're talking about here is, man, you know, there is a guy out there, Justin Bieber, going through some hardships right now.
Oh, I was right.
He said the clavicle is your collarbone, big dog. There it is.
Yeah, I had it right. I was like,
that clavicle was looking real clavvy. Real clavvy. You know, it was clavicled out the game. That about to look like he was ready to go wrestle The Rock.
And that fool Reef Keeper said that her clavicles were bigger than Lefty's legs.
That's a fact.
We've officially lost control of the subject matter, because that was funny.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know. I'll tell you guys right now. That was a hybrid burpee that he was doing. That was the Tesla burpees. That was like that new shit.
It was like he was charged up, like somebody charged him, like, and then his battery would run out at the end of every and then he got up.
I'm gonna tell you guys the funniest part of that video. Shout out to Dubs for doing that video, man. It's funny. The funniest part is when the dude's he's doing these and the guy's guiding him, and then as soon as the guy's hands move, he goes. Shout out to Lefty, man, but man, he's real righty right there.
That video looked like he had never seen a weight in his life, let alone touched one. That vodka, when they went in there right from the beginning, go back. I was buzzed when I did that. I had recorded it the night before, and we had been drinking the night before, playing games and shit. That vato asked him, Bradley Martin, from the very start of the video, he said, "Hey, what'd you do last night?" And Lefty said, "Drugs."
Wow. And they're talking about he's gonna be on the Super Bowl.
That boy said, "Hey, what do you want to drink?" He goes, "I don't know. Get one for me and you." He said, "Okay, then we'll share one." What the fuck?
Hey, why are his ankles are skinnier than Wes Watson's fingers? They're pretty.
Look,
His
Holmes,
clavicle.
my legs and feet still look like they're in prison, Holmes. They're white, right? But damn,
Yeah.
Holmes, that vatos are like white, and they looked fossilized. They didn't look real.
Man. Yeah, his he definitely needs to get out of the gym and just he needs to go tap in with Ryder G, man, and get his workout on because
Serio.
serious. No, yeah, take it back to the old school. You know what I mean? Take it to the streets, homie. Program time because that gym right there, there was probably people in the cuts like, what is that? Is that ese chopsticks?
And I have to say, I watched one of those. I don't know what that. I can't remember. If I look in YouTube, I'll find it. Hold on. Let me find it. Go ahead for a second. I'll bring it back up right now. What's this thing's name?
It just
okay. Icon TV. Okay, it's Icon TV. I didn't know. He did the cipher thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know how he has a wrapper on to do a quick look.
Yeah.
I don't know if King Cash is still Lefty's manager, but he did a little. It's not much, but he did a little bar. It's way better than Lefty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, watch this.
King Cash.
Hey, watch this. I'm in the cuts, tapping it, making it happen. Homeboy, getting it to cracking. That's a fact. Instead of be jacking, then I'm attacking when I be macking. There. I just tore him up right there. And all I did was say 3 words. Crazy, spooky, hilarious. No, look, I like Lefty Gunplay, man, and he's a phenomenal person. The way things that he's done, I've seen. But I think he's misguided, confused, and needs to stay away from drugs. That's it. That's all. That's the only thing I can say bad about him. And stay the fuck out the gym because, man, I don't want you to trip over weight and break your toe.
I mean, what about his camarada is in there in slides? I said, this vato ain't ready for war. If shit jumps off, somebody gets off, he's ready to get in the shower, homie. He's not.
They better watch out. A 7-foot monster might go in there.
I know if I'm Lefty Gunplay, if I'm supposedly worth all this money and I got all these people that are pissed off at me, want pedo with me, and I go pick the homie up or the homie shows up and he's in shower shoes, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Serio.
He was crocked out the game.
Yeah, like obviously you're not who I need around me, Holmes, because
he's making power moves wearing shower shoes.
He was way too comfortable to be ready to get off.
He's trying to pull hoes and strippers wearing Gucci slippers.
That's all I'm saying.
They must watch me a lot, him and his homies, because man, he was out there trying to pull hoes and strippers wearing Gucci slippers.
What's up, Lali? How you doing?
Crocked out the game. Anyways, man, we're gonna leave you guys with this. Go tap in with Jesse on Fire. Go watch the video for yourself. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the time. We will be going live tonight, and of course, it's a fundraiser for the homie. He's a good guy. He did not ask us to do this. This is something we took upon ourselves because he's that good of a guy, and he's a hardworking father and family man. And if anyone deserves it, it's him. So,
and just so you guys show up. Right now, you guys see our Cash Apps on the bottom of the screen scrolling. You will not see any of ours. You will see the homies.
Yeah,
we don't want anybody saying, "Oh, it's a scam." It's for not a penny is going to come to us that gets sent to that Cash App. Also, one other thing to mention, since I see a lot of my gaming friends on here right now, I am now what is it? A partner or whatever the fuck it's called over there on Twitch. So I'm able to monetize over there. I'm gonna be
diamond.
I went diamond. I will be streaming over there. What time tonight? Probably around 7, Lolly. Probably around the regular 7 o'clock-ish time.
It's going to be the regular 7. It's going to be a 2-hour live, so you guys know. Dub said, what? No, it's going to be a 2-hour live, man. We're going to try to get that for him tonight, man, if possible. And again, like me and Dub said, man, if it doesn't come out that way, we'll make it that way. So we're going to do it like that, man. So thank you, guys. We appreciate you guys. We're going to get up out of here. Go watch Jesse on Fire.
I will be streaming the Real WS, I think it is, on Twitch right after this.
All right, guys. Thank you. We're out of here. Peace.
Right.